Hi, this is Daniel Catrera. My class is CST 126, and I am here to present my final blog presentation. As you can see on the screen, my blog is up. It's called Dan's Blog, creative name. And this project was done over a 7-week course time frame. As you can see when looking at the test, there were several milestones involved in this project. I really want to start out by saying that initially my design decision really was a two approach to the blog site. The first is the view of the user, the individual who would be creating access and logging onto the site, have the ability to not only read the posts that are presented, add their own blog posts, be able to search different posts to find specific keywords, phrases, or titles, and as well as add content and comments to existing posts that are already on the blog site. One of the things that I did include was the functionality for the user to be able to I did not add the functionality for a user to be able to edit or delete their own post. That may be something of a future version, and I'll go into detail more down the road. The second development approach was that of the administrative user, the back-end side, the person who's actually controlling the blog, which not only requires registration access, but they also have to have either administration key when they register, or the ability to have somebody who is an administrator upgrade their privileges. So when you look at this blog site, you've got to realize that it's at two approaches, the user and the admin user. So let's kind of do a quick tutorial through the site so that we can kind of get an idea what the product is about. One of the things that is a huge change from the final version from previous is that I actually added this initial index landing page, now with a nice header and the logo in the corner that I am a blogger. And I've added the initial login screen to the home page. This makes it really easy for the user to be able to click right here, if they are already registered, to enter their username, which is their email address, and a password. I specifically created the website when you register that the username would be an email address, making it much easier for more users to be able to remember it. If they do not already have a logon, you have the ability right here to register to be on the site. Because it is a secure site, everybody needs to register. You'll notice across my toolbar across the top, the only two options you have right now is either for an admin user login or the admin user registration. Again, the two separate sides of my website, from the user aspect or the admin site. So what I feel we'll do is, since we are going to be a new user, we'll just click the new user registration. Notice it quickly changes to that page. We now have the ability to either switch back to a login screen or go back to the home page we were just on. So let's create a user. We're going to call this user Joe Cool, and his email will be coolman@gmail.com. And we'll create a password for him, something really simple that he can remember, like test 20. Before I actually click that, I'm going to take the password out and see if it'll register without a password. As you see, we get an error message, quickly refreshed, that the password is actually a required field. If I click register, automatically it says the first name is a required field. And this is some error testing that I have implemented so that if a user forgets any one of the 4 required fields, it will not actually add that user to the database. So let's go ahead and register Joe now. Joe Cool, with his email coolman@gmail.com, and that test 20. Okay, so upon registering, you see we get a notification, blog user was added to the database, and immediately takes him to the next step, which would be the login screen. Natural progression, if he has now created a user, he now needs to log in. So we will do that. We'll do the coolman@gmail.com. And our test, well, let's do this really quick. What if we forget to add the password? Okay, the password field cannot be blank. It will automatically refresh here in about 3 seconds. Oh, nope. And then they can try again. So let's try putting the wrong password in. Login failed. Site again refreshes back to the login screen. So we'll do it correctly this time. So we'll do Coolman Gmail at our test 20 user login. Oh, apparently I still did it wrong. So let's try this one more time. Coolman at Gmail and login successful. Perfect. So you can see that we've logged in. Now the next aspect of it is that we were to create a list of the post blogs that were existed on the website. I actually incorporated not only the list of the blogs, but the ability to either add a new post or comment all in one page, making it much easier for the user because they can already see the existing post right here. They have the ability to scroll right down here and add a brand new post of their own, or they have the ability to comment on the existing post all from the exact same screen. You'll notice across the top there are some options. We have a blog search, which I'll detail in a minute, an admin user login, because we want to be able to do some modifications, otherwise going back to the home page or logging out. So let's test this out first. What if I accidentally just click save and it says the title is a required field for the blog post and cannot be left blank? So again, error regression in place, requiring it. So we're going to do a test post. We're going to use our user's name, of course, Joe Cool, and we're going to write, hey, this site is fun. Happy to be able to add a post. We'll hit save. Post was added to the database. Site automatically refreshes, and again takes you right back to the blog view, and you can see that the test post by Joe Cool has already been added to the list and visible. Very user friendly, pretty simple to do. So another aspect that we might want to do is search the blog. What if we want to find all posts that include the word test? So we would enter in our search criteria, simply click search, and there you go. It will show you any posts that contain it. If I'm interested, I can search again. What if I tried anything with the word job in it? Again, the search opportunities are endless. It does a Boolean search based on criteria entered, and will query the database for anything that you're looking for. Let's go back to our user view. The next aspect that we've added for the user is the ability to comment. So I'm going to look at Steve Jones' post. When you notice that I click on the comment, I actually get the full original post, as well as any comments that have previously been made, including the star rating that the person gave. So it says class teaches you how to code a web application connected to a database. So I'm going to add a comment that is a very important skill to have as a programmer. And I'm going to give it 3 stars. So I will post the comment. Comment was added to the blog post. And you can see it immediately was added to the bottom. Just to make sure that we've got our error testing in place, if I click post, a comment is required field and cannot be left blank. Same would be said if I left a star rating. So this basically ends the capability, we'll go back to view blog, of a user. They have the ability to log in, they can view the post, they can add a post, and they can comment. As I mentioned earlier, one of the things in a future module that I may want to do is add the ability for the person to either edit or delete their own posts. None by anybody else but themselves. Not capable at this moment, but definitely a next step for the posting that I'd like. So we're going to hit the logout button, which automatically logs you out and takes you back to the home page. So again, let's look at the other side of the website that I created, which is the admin user side. So we're going to go ahead and try and create an admin user. I'm just going to test it. First name is a required field, so you can see that the error testing is in place and definitely needs to be there. So let's go ahead and create a new user, and we're going to call him Mike Snow. Actually, why don't we do Jon Snow, because we all are Game of Thrones fans. And we're going to say that got@gmail.com. Let's try it one more time. Create admin user. Password is a required field. So definitely something that wouldn't have to be added. So we're going to go back and add a password, and we'll use something like test30 and the admin key. Now this is where I said it's critical. If I click on create admin user, admin key is required. It won't work. If you put the wrong admin key in there, it also won't work. So we're going to do test30 and an admin key, and I happen to know that the admin key, as it pops up, is actually blog. So this way we can create that admin user, new admin user registered, and it's going to ask me to log in. So we're going to use the gameofthrones@gmail.com, and that test30 password we used. Let's leave it out. Make sure password's a required field. Good. Okay. So we're going to put in the test30 admin user login. So we get notification, again, successful. Some key things. We again land on a page where you can view the blogs. One of the big differences between the admin user view and the user view is that when we were on the user view, you had the ability to comment on the blog listing. What I gave the admin user the ability to do was to either edit the post that somebody has made or the ability to delete a post. So let's say we don't like this post that Joe Cool had added earlier. We can edit it really quickly, and by clicking edit, it adds it to the edit blog post. And we're going to call this, how about new test post 2, and I'm going to click update. Record was updated successfully. Repost the site, and as you can see, the title is now changed. But what if I really just don't like that post in general, don't want it on my site? Maybe there's some adverse language, things like that. As an admin user, I have the ability to click delete. Are you sure you want to delete this post? Cancel. Goes right back to where we were. But yeah, do I want to delete this page? Yes. Post was deleted from the database. As we go back, we notice it's now gone. Again, from the admin user, you still have the ability to do a blog search because you never know, if you're looking for a specific post on your site. Or you may want to be able to go back to the home page. So we have a lot of options available to us. Again, some of the differences of the project that I think I would improve upon is with the admin user. When I deleted that aspect, and I'm going to go back in as a regular user just so you can see, if I go back to coolman@gmail.com, oop, wrong password, try that again, login successful, you'll notice that the post we made is gone as well as the comments. So there are no comments that are for that post that was made. So that's one of the advantages that you see is that if you delete an entire post, all the comments are gone. So I think the admin user should, one, be able to see the comments and be able to delete those in the future. And I think that the user should have the ability to see their own comments as well as posts and make edits or deletes to those. Overall, it's been an exciting project learning PHP and MySQL. The site is now pretty functional the way it is. Just looking forward to making some tweaks in the future. Thanks again for checking out Dan's blog. Look forward to seeing some posts on there from you in the future. Thanks. Have a great day.